Hey, welcome to Ike's Vintage Tech on location. I am currently in Connecticut for work and I still wanted to put out a video, so today we're going to be installing Linux Mandrake 7 on this Gateway Solo 9300. It's got an 850 megahertz Pentium 3 processor, 540 mega RAM, and does have an SSD, so at least we're good there. Let's see how it goes. Stay tuned. All right, you may have noticed I've changed shirts, I got a fresh shave. The clip I recorded last night was corrupted and I have to do it all over again for you guys. Yay. So I'm gonna start over at the beginning here. As far as the install goes, we're gonna get the computer turned on. It's gonna boot up to the boot installer. Noises and all. Shouldn't take too long. It is a pretty small package it has to boot up to. All right, in the very beginning, it's going to ask if I need PCMCIA support. That's if I have like an external CD-ROM or something connected that way. NetBoot, anything like that. Don't need it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say no. A couple simple questions in the beginning here. I'm going to choose English US. We're going to go with the recommended install. It's going to configure any PCMCIA cards I have. I don't have any in here, so it didn't take too long to figure that out. I'm going to choose that it is an install, not an upgrade. I had already allocated all the hard drive space. I'm going to do that again. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to clear it all and auto allocate. That gives us the root directory and everything set that needs to be. Hit done, partition, and this process takes about 10 minutes. I'll see you in a couple seconds. Even though it's an SSD, it is still a slow ATA bus, and that's why it takes 10 minutes. It shouldn't take that long if it were a newer PC. It's old. That's what my channel does. While we're waiting for this to format, I may as well go over what I plan on doing with the channel. I do plan on doing a Linux-based video about once a month. They seem to track well with the algorithm, and I'm happy with that. So I do plan on running old versions of Linux on a lot of my old hardware. I want to see how far I can take it. If I can get the original public kernel on a computer that I own, that would be awesome. I'm not sure I can do that. I might have to go out and specifically buy certain hardware for that. I do plan on just trying out old installers that I never got a chance to try because I didn't have a computer good enough or old enough at the time. And if you guys have anything you'd like to see, leave a comment below and I'll see if I can get it to run on one of my old machines. I have a variation of Mac, PC, 486, Intel, Pentium. I've got an old HP RISC processor, so something like that would be really cool. I know they made Debian for that back then, so that's something I could definitely try. Like I said, anything you want to see installed on an older system, leave a comment below. Let me know and I'll see what I can do. I want to see how far back I can go, considering it's going to be like 91, 92 time frame hardware-wise. That would definitely be something really cool, just to see how hard it was, how much teeth pulling had to be done to get Linux to run on an old system like that. Or it could have been super easy. I don't know. I've never had to install 40-year-old Linux. Let's find out one of these days. Stay tuned. So the format is finished. It goes directly into the install. It says it has to copy over about 978 meg. I'm assuming that's coming off compressed. As long as that takes, it's going to be ready in about another 5-10 minutes. We'll see. All right, according to the countdown timer here, we're looking at about a total time of 13-14 minutes. So that's not too bad, considering it's coming off an old CD-ROM. All right, we are at the post-install configuration. This is a point that you have to pay attention to. Time zone isn't that serious, but when you start getting into configuring your graphics display drivers and all that, that's where you can really make some mistakes. Don't need to find a printer. We're going to set the root password real quick, just password. All right, next step is to create the user account after doing the root account. After that, you can just hit done unless you have more accounts to create. It's going to ask if you need a boot disk. I'm going to just say no. And here's the important part. We are going to configure X. If you get this wrong, it's not the end of the world. You can always go in as root and run X configurator, but the whole purpose is to skip that if you can. So we're going to go with SVGA 1024 by 768 for this model. Now it's giving this kind of rolling pattern. If you see it on the camera, you're actually seeing what I'm seeing. It is not good. So now that that failed, we got a few extra options that weren't there prior. So I'm not going to change the monitor. I do want to keep the monitor. I'm going to change the graphics card. We are going to go down to ATI Rage Mobility. That's what's in there. We're going to choose that one. Change resolution. I'm going to choose 1024 by 768, 32 bits. Now this still gave the same thing. I noticed in Xconfigurator when I did this last night, it was actually more reliable. So I'm just going to go ahead and quit. We're going to save those changes and we're going to go into it and change it again. So it's not a huge deal. It's going to reboot the system real quick. It just ejected the disk, so it's not going to boot to the disk again. And when it comes back up, I'm going to log in as root and I'm going to run Xconfigurator and we're going to get the settings proper this time. Now, small possibility, maybe it'll just boot clean, and that is a possibility. Linux back in the day was not the clean, groomed Linux that you see today. It was definitely rough around the edges. It was a wild time to be doing all this stuff. And even by the time I got to it in the late 90s, it was well more advanced than it was in the beginning. But now we're 24 years removed from that even, and it's night and day difference on how much easier it is to install Linux on a newer system. See, this is the problem we're going to get. Unfortunately, yeah, that's what I got. So I'm going to get out of this and we are going to get the proper resolution and run Xconfigurator. Be right back. All right, here we are again at the Xconfigurator, the GUI version of Xconfigurator at the install. It didn't work the last time. I tried multiple times to change it and it just wouldn't work. So what I had to do was I just wiped it clean, did a full clean install again. This time I'm not even going to attempt to set anything. I'm just going to hit cancel. Okay, it's not letting me hit cancel. All right, so I chose the standard configuration, then I said no, and now I'm going to quit. So forget changes, yes. This should start up with no X whatsoever, and then I'll do Xconfigurator from root. Hopefully. We'll see. Alrighty, this is exactly what I want. I just want the base text startup. So I'm going to log in as root. This time I made the password Apple. It's just easier to type from the side like this. Now I'm under root. I'm going to type in XC and then just tab complete. Xconfigurator, capital X, lowercase everything else. And here we go. This is the version of Xconfigurator that worked for me yesterday. So ignoring the whole GUI install, this is what is going to work for me. I'm going to choose high frequency SVGA 1024 by 768 at 70 Hertz. Hit OK. At this point, I scroll down to 1280 by 1024, 32 BPP. Hit OK. Yes, I do want to test. And this is exactly what I want to see. Hit OK with that. For some reason, the mouse doesn't like to click. Yes, I would like to start up on X every time. And that is it. So let's go ahead and do a reboot. And when it comes back up, everything should be good. I say that, but it hasn't been every time I say it. So let's find out. Here we go. Go ahead and choose the username, Chris. Type in my password. Let's try that again. I'm also going to choose, not KDE, but let's go with GNOME. Type in the password again, this time for real. What is going on here? Do I not have a keyboard now? Caps lock works. It's always something. Oh. Maybe it doesn't log keystrokes. Gonna just restart X server. Nope. Do a full reboot. Fingers crossed, we'll see. All right, that worked. It doesn't show the keystrokes in the password. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that before. And I probably just locked myself out by attempting too many times with the incorrect password. I'm sure that's all that was. So here we have GNOME in its full glory. So everything that we have here on the GNOME desktop, it pops up with a file browser. You can close that out over here. There's a little Xbox on the left-hand side. Now, every time you click the desktop, it has a little pop-up menu that you can go through. You also have Netscape Navigator, a little blast from the past there. Terminal window pops up. You can use that for terminal stuff. Right here, you've got all your applications that you can go through. I do have the second of 3 disks I can install. There's more applications on there. I'm sure a version of Office, something to that effect. And if I had an actual Ethernet jack in this room, I don't. I would be able to connect my network. I'm pretty sure I don't have Wi-Fi drivers for this laptop. I do have a Wi-Fi card I could plug into the PCMCIA, but it probably wouldn't even connect to the hotel Wi-Fi because it's the older standard. It's just not going to work on anything in a hotel room. There's not much more I can show on this in my limited environment, unfortunately. I hope you like this video. It is just the base install and showing that it is possible. I am currently remote. I don't have my whole armory of computers and disks and CDs and my NAS full of software that I can easily access from here to install more applications, but this is the system, it's running, and I was able to get it going with just a single CD and a lot of trial and error. So that is definitely something that these old computers and Linux have, trial and error. So if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment down below on what you want to see me install on one of my old computers. Check my back catalog of videos. You kind of get a general idea of the type of computers I have. I'm always looking for new stuff. If you have something that you'd like to donate to the channel, that'd be awesome. If not, I am still going to go out there and see what I can find. So stay tuned for more videos. I hope you like this attempt at getting Linux on here. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.